Hi, how you doing? My name's Gabe. We're gonna go on a little journey today.
What's in his head? It's dead from bread.
Hello once again, guys. As most of you guys know, I'm actually Filipino. And if you didn't know, here's a clip of me saying I'm Filipino.
I'm a 19-year-old Filipino guy.
Oh yeah, I can flashback, yeah. Oh yeah, this is impressive. What? There's something actually kind of weird that I've noticed being a Filipino. Sometimes when I meet other Filipino human beings, they ask me if I can speak Tagalog, just one of the many languages of the Philippines. And when I say no, they give me this kind of dirty look. Really? You're gonna judge me just because I don't speak my native language? Just because I don't speak Tagalog or some other Filipino dialect, it doesn't mean that I'm not at one with my culture. I mean, I do a bunch of things that are related to my Filipino heritage, like... Crap. Do I really not know anything about my culture? No. Okay, so obviously I need to learn more about my own culture. How am I gonna do that? The internet! Okay, here it is. Filipino people. The Filipino people, or Filipinos, are an Austronesian ethnic group native to the island of the Philippines. There are about 94 million Filipinos in the Philippines, and about 11 million living outside of the Philippines. Perfect! No. Going on the internet isn't gonna help. Maybe I actually have to go experience Filipino culture? I got it. Hold on. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
And so Gabe's journey started. A journey to discover a definition for Filipino culture, and maybe a definition for himself. Now, what better place to start than at the Yerba Buena Gardens in San Francisco, California, for the 19th Annual Filipino Cultural Festival. Now, who am I? Well, I'm your narrator, Morgan Freeman, minus the Morgan, and Freeman, plus Gabe.
So I thought the best way to experience Filipino culture was actually to go to the 19th Annual Filipino Cultural Festival. So, let's go!
So at the fair, I found a lot of different things, such as shops filled with style, swag, and the most important, boba. But I wasn't just looking through the shops. I wanted to find more stuff that represented the Filipino culture. And then I found these guys. They were practicing a Filipino martial arts called Eskrima, which is rightly named because if I fought them, I would probably scream. Because they'd kill me. That was a stupid joke. I also found this group of people doing the Tinikling, which is an older yet graceful style of Filipino dancing. And then I found these guys practicing a newer art form, which is called wooing the girl. God, I wish I was her. And sometimes I saw a combination of both singing and dancing. So after realizing I can't sing, or dance, or do anything, I turned to food. I turned to food to cheer me up. And it cheered me up. At least temporarily.
So after observing Filipino culture for a while, I found that I really don't have a concrete definition of what Filipino culture is and what defines it. So I think my next plan of action is to actually go talk to people and ask them, what their definition of Filipino culture is. So the way I'm going to do that is they have to fill in this blank question. When I think of Filipino culture, I think of blank. Now it'll be up to them to decide what they want to fill that in with, like either a phrase or a word, but it'll just be interesting to see what their answers will be. Alright, so on that note, let's go!
So, what do you guys think of when you think of Filipino culture?
It only is going to make perfect sense being at this festival. When I think of Filipino culture, I think of eating a lot of food.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of creativity and confidence.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of food, laughing, always joking around, and that's about it, actually.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think about food.
When I think about Filipino culture, I think about family getting together, singing karaoke. When I think about Filipino culture, Filipino culture, I think about food.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of gangsters.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think about my dialect.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of lumpia.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of tradition.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of lumpia.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of a lot of tradition.
When I think of Filipino culture, I think of sisig.
So after all those interviews, I figured out that kind of each person has their own definition of culture, but a lot of them actually kind of refer to food.
Eating
Food.
Food.
Lumpia.
Who am I kidding? I would too.
Alright, I think that's enough with the interviews today, so I think I'm gonna go back home now. See you. Alright. Finally back at home. So what did we learn? Well, first, there are actually a lot of traditions that Filipinos follow, whether they be old or new. But more importantly, I learned that everyone has their own definition of Filipino culture. Because in the end, only we can really dictate what a culture means to us. And this can extend from Filipino culture to other cultures as well. So who cares if people judge you just because you can't speak your native language? It doesn't make you any less of a person. Because in the end, you really define yourself. Oh crap. Does this video actually have a deep message? Oh, evacuate. Do something funny. Do something funny right now. Right now. Nailed it! Anyway, thanks for watching my video, guys. Now, obviously, before you go, I want to ask you guys a question, I guess. Try and fill in the blank of the question I asked all these people. In the comments down below, write, when I think of Filipino culture, I think of... Just fill it in with whatever you want. Make sure it's appropriate. You're probably gonna write something inappropriate now. Totally fine. Yeah, but once again, don't forget to like down below or subscribe up above if you want to see more. And, as always, I'll see you guys next time. So I figured the best way to actually experience Filipino culture was actually to go to a cultural festival. So me, as the dog, is barking.